Have you ever found yourself saying, "I'll do it later," with every ounce of certainty, only to realize that later has quietly vanished? Today, we're diving into the psychology behind procrastination. Not because you're lazy or indifferent, but because something invisible is tugging at your decision-making. We all experience that moment when we promise ourselves we'll take action later. But what's really happening beneath the surface? Spoiler alert, it's not about laziness or lack of care. It's about your mind's intricate dance with emotions and identity, leading you to negotiate not just with tasks, but with feelings. First up, emotional friction. Most tasks you put off aren't necessarily hard. They're uncomfortable. Your brain catches a whiff of potential stress, boredom, or self-doubt and reacts by hitting the brakes. This phenomenon? It's called affect avoidance. You're not dodging the task, you're shielding your mood. Next, let's talk about cognitive dissonance. You envision yourself as someone who tackles tasks head-on. By saying later, you maintain that self-image without actually having to get your hands dirty. It's like finding a loophole in your own commitment. Then we've got optimism bias in the mix. Current you might feel tired, distracted, or just plain busy. But future you? They're bursting with energy, clarity, and motivation. Your brain tends to overestimate that future version while downplaying just how much they'll mirror your current self. Delayed tasks can create a false sense of control. By postponing, you feel like you're making a choice rather than avoiding a responsibility. It's a comforting illusion that ironically heightens the pressure. That's why later feels soothing in the moment, yet constricts around your throat as the clock ticks on. Let's not forget social conditioning. If you grew up linking productivity with stress, your nervous system developed a rebellious streak against urgency. Saying, "I'll do it later," becomes your subtle act of defiance, not just against others, but against the expectations you set for yourself. Now, here's the thread that weaves it all together. You're not really failing to act. You're in a high-stakes negotiation with discomfort, using time as your bargaining chip. And that's exactly why reminders flop, why motivation videos fizzle out, and why tasks become burdensome as the hours slip by, because they begin to carry guilt instead of effort. But let's pause here. This behavior isn't random or broken. It's your brain trying to safeguard your identity, mood, and sense of control, all simultaneously. The real shift occurs when you stop asking, "Why can't I just do it?" and begin to query, "What feeling am I trying to dodge right now?" Because "I'll do it later" isn't a time issue, it's a signal. Once you learn to decode that signal, you'll find that not only do you stop fighting against yourself, but you start collaborating with your mind's natural rhythm. You're not being lazy. You're engaged in a complicated dance with emotional resistance and identity. Acknowledge the feelings that prompt, "I'll do it later." Understand that this isn't just about time management, it's about managing discomfort. In the next discussion, we'll explore practical techniques to transform this awareness into action, turning those looming tasks into achievable goals. If this resonates with you, remember, you're not alone in this struggle and you're certainly not lazy. Instead, embrace this newfound understanding and empower yourself to tackle your tasks without fear. After all, recognizing the signal is the first step toward reclaiming control.